It is with sad news that I announce that Baram Blackett has passed away as of the 14th of December 2023. This comes on the back of the death of Alan Wilson that occurred earlier this year and of the sad passing of Ross Broadstock, which happened in October 2022. So it's been a tough period in the last 14 months to lose three great men who were really leading the charge on uncovering the truth about the historical records that have been lost in time to the British people. Baram Blackett was in himself a great historian, researcher, and thinker. And often when we look at Wilson and Blackett, it isn't uncommon to often think of Alan as being the driving force in that duo or that partnership. Alan was such a good orator and genius, really, at uncovering so much that had been lost in time. But Baram was equally important in that partnership because Baram assisted Alan in much of his work. And in the latter years, when Alan's health had started to fade, Baram had picked up much of this work. And I'm going to show you two clips today of a recent video that was taken by Richard D. Hall discussing St. Patrick with Baram Blackett. And this was produced, I believe, by Britain's Hidden History, and Ross had an input behind the scenes on this. But let's look at this in detail, and we'll look at what Baram is saying. There's two lovely clips of Baram, and they're very recent, and I've decided to pick the more recent clips. And this really shows Baram in his true self, a real deep thinker and considerate man. So let's look at these clips. The first clip I'd like to take you through, courtesy of Britain's Hidden History, and I'll put the link to the Britain's Hidden History video in my channel so you can click on that and watch the full episode. But in this particular clip, Baram talks about St. Patrick and how St. Patrick, being a Briton, went to Ireland to spread Christianity, but the High Kings of Ireland were also, during the centuries that carried on after Patrick, were also great traders with the Mercians and eventually helped bring Christianity to Mercia. So that really is the role St. Patrick played in, and Baram discusses it beautifully here. So I'll just play this for you.
Well, first of all, as you can see, it's majestic Gothic style, beautiful architecture, starting around 1195, completion dates around 1340. The Midlands, England, Wales was a big part of this. Firstly, the old kingdom of Mercia is the Midlands. It was the old kingdom of Mercia. The Irish kings actually traded with the English, and Patrick was instrumental in bringing Christian faith and a whole multitude of churches and cathedrals in the United Kingdom. Substantial amount of evidence in the Midlands, throughout the Midlands. For example, in Atherstone, you have Atherstween, which means the burial grounds, which are basically burial grounds for the nobility of the period. This is going back to apostolic times, even before St. Patrick's time. And this sheds light on the kingdom that was in fact Christianity for a lot longer than people anticipate. In the reign of Valentinian I of Rome, he was in personal contact with the Irish High Kings of the period, and the Irish High Kings consorted with the sub-kings. So the ultimate decision about Christianity would be in the hands of the High King. Patrick was instrumental in the promulgation of Christianity in Ireland, Britain, and it spread throughout the world without the acceptance being given a nod by the powers that be at the time, particularly the High Kings and the sub-kings. It's because of their approval and acceptance how he became so successful in his mission.
Although Patrick
So as we can see, that was a lovely clip of Baram. I just want to play another clip of Baram from this great episode. You bear with me. Here we are. Okay. So this is St Illtyd's Church, and Baram talks about how Christianity relates back to South Wales, especially what we now know as Glamorgan, as to the origins of St Patrick.
by around 300 years. St Illtyd's Church is situated in Llantwit Major, or Llantwit Fawr, just over a mile from the St Donat's College site.
I find this church absolutely tranquility itself, going through the blues and reds of the interior. Peaceful tranquility, you can hear a pin drop. In fact, the candela is magical, particularly when it's lit, and I could personally live and die there. It was founded in 500 by St Illtyd on earlier constructions, so it could still be linked with St Patrick. William Morris mentioned this church and St Illtyd, and he wrote a book, The Life of St Patrick, in 1898, one of my many reference books. William Morris is a historian, respected. St Illtyd is also mentioned by David N. Dunville, Professor David N. Dunville, G.B. Bury, who actually specifies the terminology of Cowbridge and Llantwit Major, Cowbridge in Latin, and he actually identifies St Patrick being born in Glamorgan, decided to retreat covertly. He covertly resided in literally a tree house between three trees. In other words, if you imagine scaffolding boards going across three trees, oak trees.
Many modern-day churches in England.
And there we have it. Two great clips from the Britain's Hidden History. St Patrick identified with Richard D. Hall and author Victor V Orton, where Baram Blackett is again narrating some of this video. All I can say is a great man, and Baram, thank you for all your hard work. May you rest in peace.